Hey everyone, we're back with another episode of My Time at Portia Let's Play. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be trying to build up our workshop a little bit and look forward to a new big commission since we finished the bridge last time. We get loaded in here and see where we're at. It should be Monday morning, the 8th of spring. Late Sunday night, we went and built the bridge to Amber Island, and so we need to turn in that commission, I believe, and we'll be able to pick up our next big one. This. Our first step is to make sure that we're keeping our basic sort of resource processing going at our workshop. Our furnaces cooking on bronze and copper bars. They stay fueled up, things like that. And then the next thing, go and see what our next big task is. So today, in addition to whatever our next big commission is, we also want to expand our workshop. We're going to get a second cutter going. We want to get a second grinder and probably one or two skivers as well. Alright, so the annual Portia Fishing Day is happening on Friday and Saturday. Fishing Day is a great time, so we will definitely be doing that. It looks like, here we go. The tree farm needs 5 wooden boards. So go ahead and accept that, and let's actually go ahead and get that started right now. Should have enough wood. Craft 5 boards. See what the Commerce Guild has for us. Like there's a main story quest in there.
Spend your time on tasks.
Go ahead and talk to a couple of the townsfolk. Start working on stations. Guild doesn't open until this. First thing is we're gonna try and grab one of these commissions. 4 stone bricks. That's a pretty easy one. Good. Nice, easy option for us there.
Excellent work. Here's your payment.
Talk to Antoine. Alright, 1800 gold. Experience.
Hello.
Some workshop rating.
My...
Right, now we still have the quest for the 3 copper blades for furniture maker. Let's race down to Higgins' workshop and try and steal from him before he gets back. Polly there. Polly's there. I was blanking on it for a second. It's copper bar or bronze bar there. Let's head back out our Now, one of the things that we are working on is that we had just gotten the blueprints for a civil furnace. So we're going to go ahead and build civil furnace just as soon as we go ahead and craft 3 copper blades since we need that for our quest. And I believe in order to do the civil furnace, we are going to need some more bronze plates. Once we get our wooden boards done, we will go ahead and make the bronze plates and marble planks. And we're going to go ahead and take one... How many bronze bars do we have? We have 10 bronze bars. So we're going to still need a lot of bronze bars. We'll go ahead and just keep doing that for now. And then maybe we'll get that civil furnace done, hopefully today, and able to make the stone bricks we need there. Now, because we are going to be making some stone bricks, we're going to need a little bit more stone. Go ahead and put it here. Just as a matter of convenience. And we'll head on over. Let's actually head down to the research center.
Hello?
And
Yes, I'm in a hurry. See you.
get started on our next data disk research from Petra there.
Hi.
Always good to talk to villagers when it's convenient.
Goodbye. Hi. I'm glad I don't take the girls shopping. See you.
Merlin definitely disagrees. The church there. Alright, so here we have training dummy, weapon rack, power stone. Alright, we are looking for pleasure. There we go. There's
Hi. Hi.
Data
Did
disk
you discover
search.
something new? That should be enough data disks. Still, the data corruption on these Greetings.
Got that going. Head back and start looking a bit more work to do at the workshop. Try and expand that. One of the things that we're probably going to want to do is head into the mines and try and gather more data disks, enough that we can keep that research going pretty consistently for the rest of the game, or until we finish out the research. And then also to start to gather up some of the artifacts and some of the old world parts that will be, so old parts, small engines, things like that can all be found in that first abandoned ruin that we have access to right now. Oh, of course we don't have. I think we can abandon our racket. I don't think. Let's head down to the workshop. See how we are doing on stolen wooden boards. Go ahead and sort out our inventory a little bit just to clean things up. Looks like we actually have the stone bricks we needed, but we were going to use those for another civil cutter, which we can actually go ahead and get started on right now. Rather than turning these 3 blades into poly, we'll go ahead and build a civil cutter. That will let us get a little bit more work going right now. Start working on some of those bronze plates for our civil furnace. Get that set up just again. Plates. Let's head into the plates and see if we can get a little bit more. There. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for coming out and checking out the live stream. Ruins. We're going to focus mostly on hunting down some of our relic pieces. Hope that we'll be able to find some of those old parts that were. parts and data disks. And then anything else that we gather in here is just sort of icing on the cake. We aren't really needing stone or copper right now. We will certainly need more at some point. We don't have enough to sort of finish out all of the crafts there. So we'll just gather them slowly over time since we aren't really needing them right at the moment. There's a small engine. That's an excellent item for us to find. I think one of the next big commissions we'll be getting is to do DD transport system, making some DDs, and each of those will require a small engine. So for us to have found one already is a head start on that. Because normally you'll have to go into hazardous ruins to get those. The hazardous ruin open up for at least another week. So, purple one. Let's see what this purple code is all about over here. Abandoned room. Rooms. Like we have some enemies here. Fortunately, we brought our boxing gloves. Eat the slow gooeyes. Some couches. Let's go ahead and level up our character. We actually haven't done that for a little while. I'm gonna do printing. Just I think we'll go with gathering and gathering. Alright, so we got a couple of couches out of there. What's in here? We have a chest here. There. Another small engine and some data disks. Good find. I believe that's right. The purple ones are always a room, but they're much more rare and they're only found in the deepest parts of the abandoned ruin. While we're down here, you know, now that I say they're rare, of course we find another one straight away. Go down to it, see what's in that one. More enemies to fight. Right. I'm not actually seeing any chests or any special loot in here yet. Looks like this may have just been a combat room. It's a little disappointing. That's alright. Alright. It's getting to a little bit later in the day, so we'll go ahead and head back to our workshop and try and complete some of these quests and get started on. So we had a quest for the tree farm. Would fire these 5 boards. Need 1 more bronze plate and 3, I believe 3 marble planks. So we don't quite have enough marble for that. We'll see if we can get some more marble. But we should have enough bronze to get that last bronze plate we were looking for. Start that one going. See, tree farm quest does look like it's actually up at the tree farm. We don't have to find some wandering somewhere else through town. Now these blue stones seem to contain more marble, or contain marble more frequently. So it looks like there we got 3 marble. Although our inventory is full, so we didn't actually pick it up. Go ahead and drop... You know what, we're close enough to our workshop, we'll go ahead and head back. Unload some of these resources that we picked up. Should do it. At some point, we'll take the time to clean up the storage. Right now, we're just trying to be as efficient as possible with some of these early quests to try and open up later parts of the game as quickly as possible. We have enough marble, so we'll go ahead and chop a couple more of these. Like we got a couple topaz there. Not sure what topaz are used for. Full recipe that uses it. Right. Head up to the tree farm. If we can't fix the fence.
Oh, thank you, thank you. This tree farm will be back in business in no time. Come on, Edith, let's get busy.
Alright. Enough. Head back and see if our furnaces are in a position where we can craft, or see if we can complete our civil furnace and get crafting the stone bricks for our daily commission. And finish out the day doing whatever we like. We could go fishing, catch or those super valuable Goliath fish. These look like cutters have finished. Fortunate. Craft like there. Craft another marble plank here. Finish it half. And then make 2 of our stone stools. Let's go ahead and refuel, reset our furnaces. We're definitely going to need all of the copper and bronze we managed to turn out, so it's good to keep these going 24/7. And let's head into town and see if we can't sell our fish. We didn't check the market price today. It just closed. That's all right. Explore town just a little bit. There are a handful more of these chests hidden around town that are useful things to pick up. And on the first day we went and found several of them. First start the game, there are several right down that path there, but I believe there are a few more we can grab that are of value. Right behind the school. Remember, right? There. Get out that one. And I think we'll actually head back to our workshop now. It is getting late. We'll turn in relatively early. Double check Higgins' furnaces. We did already loot those today, so it's unlikely that anything would have respawned, but see if we get the civil furnace built. Started crafting. I think, let's see, how are we doing on wood? So let's go ahead and craft a bunch of wooden boards. These will just craft overnight. They're one of the resources that you just need for so many different recipes and so many different crafting stations. It's good to have a few spares on hand. Build a civil furnace here. Our civil furnace will need stone stools, planks, plates. Go. Set this right next to our other furnaces. We'll refuel it, get crafting on some stone bricks. Need 4 stone. Right. Let's double check that. Just make sure. Alright, 4 stone bricks, so that'll be ready in 8 hours. Or about 9 almost 10 a.m. Right. Good first day. Reset our furnaces again. But we're actually out of wood. It's not a good problem to have. Let's go chop some real quick. Now these medium trees are about the best source of wood that you can get, especially if you chop the stumps as well. And the reason for that isn't that they grant more wood than the smaller trees directly, but they drop a lot of hardwood, and especially when you're chopping the stumps, you'll get a lot of hardwood. And that hardwood can then be crafted into regular wood. So 1 piece of hardwood will give 5 regular wood. So that stump dropped 5 hardwood. That's the equivalent of 25 regular wood. Here we have the tree gave 12 wood and 2 hardwood, and then the stump gave 8 more hardwood and 2 more wood. So the stump gave more than twice as much as the rest of the tree combined, if we were to convert it all. Now you do need hardwood for a fair number of recipes as well, so you don't want to do it with everything, but we can easily turn 20 or 30 of this 115 hardwood we have into regular wood. That'll give us a nice little stockpile that we can use for a while to power our furnaces or whatever we need to use it for. Dash on over to Higgins' workshop real quick. See if we can't beat him back from the Commerce Guild. Try and rob his furnaces. Dr. Zhu is out.
Hi. The herbal mixture is a. See you.
Herbal mixture. Higgins is back.
Aha! Did you think I didn't know that you came in here yesterday and swiped my bronze?
So Higgins has accused us of stealing a bronze pickaxe.
Unless you can consider this as me.
What should I do?
Well, I am not going to give him a bronze pickaxe because I did not steal a bronze pickaxe. Well, several bronze bars, several copper bars, but no pickaxes. Not on the list of things that were stolen.
Town as well. I get up real early each morning.
Got it. Stop by the shop today and actually see
Hey!
what the,
You could join us for our regular trend-setting meetings. Bye!
Alright, trendsetter meeting. Alright, let's see. So it's 100% market price day. That's a decent day to sell things. It's not a great one. Actually, you know what? We've got plenty of money. We're just going to hold on to the fish for now and try and wait for a good day to sell them. When the market price is over about 115%. Alright.
Hi, you're here as well. See you!
I'm looking to meet Emily. I believe the day after we meet Emily is when we will get the quest to get the farm crafting boxes from her. Alright, a new abandoned ruin is open. It looks like there is another fireside meeting tonight. Okay. And we'll get data disk results here in just a couple days. It's good news for us. Alright, our stone bricks are done, so we can go complete that commission. We'll still cooking some of our stone boards. Let's go ahead and get the furnace going on. Let's do some copper. I did use up the rest of our copper ore, so we may need to head back into the mines and actually try and get more copper ore. Right. Commerce Committee here to the right.
Hey,
So that is done. We want to keep building up our workshop's reputation, so it's important to take these commerce commissions about as frequently as we can manage. 4 bronze bars is a very easy commission to complete, but quite a pricey one for us. Shell necklaces might be easy or difficult, I'm not sure. 2 small chairs. I think the small chairs are pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and take that. A little risky just in case they take something we can't quite craft yet. And notably, I think the only thing that would really be concerned there is leather, which you wait until the second week before that'll open up, or the area where you can get leather easily. But we'll see what it takes. We also want to start crafting a skiver and get some cloth going. So let's come here. Wrong. There we go. Alright, so a small chair takes just some worn fur, so we will have to do a little bit of combat to get that. And then some wooden boards, which fortunately we are making plenty of. And also, fortunately, we are right next to a place where we can get plenty of worn fur. The llamas. Go ahead and gather some of animal feces as well. Take care of these llamas. Animal bones, some worn fur, colorful fur. I think that gave us all the fur we need. I think we need 2 chairs, which would be 6 fur. Go ahead and finish off this last llama. We wouldn't want him to be lonely. The entire herd. Small chairs now require some wooden boards. We happen to be able to loot very easily. Start. Let's see, 4 more boards cooking. Here's them. Okay, let's see what the skiver will take. 1 marble plank, 2 bronze pipes. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and get the bronze pipes going. Let's actually make 2 of these. We do need to mine a little bit more marble, though, before we can do another marble plank. Head on up and look for one of these larger stones. We get lucky. And a couple of them there. Alright, that give us plenty of marble. Now, one of the goals I have is to try and upgrade our workbench as quickly as we can. Good, and we'll go ahead and cancel this craft. And just go ahead and get started on the 2 marble plates. And we'll actually take those 2 boards that we were making, transfer them here. Get the crafts done as quickly as we can. And still, I believe that upgrading the work table takes 20 wooden boards. That's why I'm putting that number so specifically. Workshop in here. We'll also eat our daily meal at the restaurant right now. Sonia, our commerce committee. It's an easy. Go ahead and do that. 250.
Hi. Have you tried your luck in the game corner? I handpicked the prizes, so there's bound.
Right. Let's to go back and play the mini games back in the game corner. They are expensive and time consuming, and we have workshop to build. Come back and deal with that at a later time. Let's head on up and gather up a little bit more copper ore. We just recently ran out of that. So it's now 200 gold. I think we can afford it. It was only 80 the first week. That's gone up. Just mine out as much copper ore as we can gather quickly. A couple hundred should do. Won't take very long at all with our bronze pickaxe. Should give us what we need. A husbandry data chip number 2. That's a new one. Seen that item before. Let's see what that's used for. Now we'll just keep mining away. Cutting a wide hole in the ground here. Slowly making our way down. And this lets us stay and focus on mining rather than running around trying to find perfect positioning. Since we're just trying to get as much copper as we can, we're not specifically digging towards a specific goal like a relic. With the relic scanner, just stay here and mine in this fashion. And there's a couple hundred copper ore. We did get a fair number of data discs out of it as well. Let's head on up and see if we can't check out the other abandoned room. Well, what I'm not sure on, if there's now 2 abandoned ruins in town, I think the second one is up the hill behind the Civil Corps. Right up this path here. Step over the curb there. And what I'm not sure on is if it will cost a second entry fee to enter. It looks like it does. 300 gold. I'm not sure if it's gold or goals. The voice actors all say gold, and when the NPCs speak, they say gold. Alright, so there's a fireside in an hour. So this this mine, this abandoned ruins, is where we get iron ore, notably. Iron required for our next set of tools. Why we came up here. We do want to make it to this fireside, so we aren't going to linger in here too long. We do want to mine a little bit of iron and see if we can't start our new civil furnace on crafting some of the iron and steel bars that we'll need to make further upgraded tools. That's our goal with this. Okay. Got a little bit more tin ore, a little bit of lead ore, and plenty of iron ore. So let's head down to the fireside. Or at the Peach Plaza, rather. There's the Civil Corps. At some point, we do need to reach out to them and tell them about Higgins trying to accuse us of theft. You don't honor. Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, let me talk, and then we can all have pumpkin pie.
All right.
I have several items that I want to discuss today. The first is that thanks to the efforts of our builder, we now have a bridge to Amber Island. I would advise people not to go into the cave just yet, as there are some unruly creatures inside. I plan on opening up the cave as a tourist attraction eventually.
In other news, we are aware of some theft this week. These actions will not be tolerated in our town. We will investigate this to the end and capture the perpetrator.
Must be Huss and Tuss again.
These idiots never give up. They stole my favorite book!
And my wheel of cheese.
And one of my socks.
I hear you. We'll get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. Harlow will be spearheading this investigation, so you folks can rest assured. That's all for this time. You all have... Here you go. Enjoy.
What is it? Time it.
My sofa disappeared.
Higgins.
Hello? My sweet Ginger is great. See you.
Hello. I've been working on my novel. See you.
Right. Alice is the writer.
Strapping quality. Expected nothing less from you, smallest builder. I used to see a
Right.
bike parked alongside Main Street.
Apparently the bike parked alongside Main Street has disappeared. That's what Paulie says anyway. I still see a bike parked right alongside Main Street. That's alright. And over here. Cancel this one. Start crafting. We see what next level tool. Or we can't yet. Alright, we'll have to upgrade our workbench first thing. Let's go ahead and start crafting some iron bars, though. I'm sure we will need all of the iron bars we can craft. And we may need to cancel that and craft some carbon steel once we have a sense for what all our various crafts are going to require. Go ahead and so that is ACK chip that can add some husbandry programs for an AI's core systems. Activates ACK's feed animals function. So ACK is a villager that joins the town a little later in the game. But it's good to know that that's what that is for. Alright, so we need marble plank. Scatter. the walls. As with the furnaces and the cutters, what we'll find is that we will be short on production time if we have one. So, idea to plan ahead. Let's go ahead and start crafting. So these all require some worn fur, cotton. Cool. But we have them when we need them, and we will need them for sure. I think we can do just like we are. Sure, we'll need some wooden boards. We can go ahead and craft some more wooden plates, or bronze plates rather, because similarly, we are sure that we will send plates. They are one of the items that is so useful and is part of so many recipes that you craft for a while. There are a lot of things like that in this. Go ahead and have a bit of stamina left, but not a ton of time. We'll go ahead and chop some more wood, just re-clear this area. Make sure that we have all the wood we need. There are a couple of trees. Looks like all the llama respawned. Yeah, so there are some trees out on Amber Island we can chop real quick. Right over here as well. We'll chop down a few of these trees and then pull it in. But I do think we actually leveled up, and so we can go ahead that. So that the skill we got there gives us a minor chance that we'll get double loot items, an 8% chance. We can invest 3 points in it up to a 25% chance. See that we're getting just a ton of extra resources from trees. Know that that's the source of it. That's pretty unlikely at this juncture still. Every little bit helps, right? Oh, this is the apple tree. Covered last time, we can't cut down apple trees. I don't think we can make it back to the workshop. We only have 11 stamina, which isn't enough to do much of anything, but what we can do, fish just a little bit. Familiar with this fish. Tiny. Makes it very difficult to catch. Emperor frogfish. Alright. Well, that was a good use of our stamina. Gave us a little bit of experience there. Maybe we can beat up a llama real quick. And we passed out. And didn't have enough stamina anyways. So, llamas win that round. We'll get him today, though. Alright, it is Wednesday. Commission from Mayor Gale, excellent. Oh, talk to him today. Refuel. Crafting our furnaces. I believe Mayor Gale's office doesn't open until 10, maybe 9. But regardless, we have a little bit of time to spend in the morning. Wooden board is finally done. So we'll want to stop in and see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead and start some hardwood planks too. Expect we'll need some of those. Going to... Well, let's kill some llamas and get some fur so that we can start crafting that fiber cloth. I believe we are going to need some of that in the coming days. Another very common resource, something I want to take advantage of. Alright. We got a little bit of worn fur. Enough to make 3 or 4 fiber cloth, that's all we needed. Another thing we can do here is, since we were fortunate and did get a lot of money early on, we can actually go to the Civil Corps and start a commission for that. That may be a valuable use of our time. Keep stealing from Higgins. And actually, since we need to talk to the Civil Corps because Higgins accused stealing, we'll just head on up there and do it now, and then also place that commission at the same time. So just like we are able to take commissions, we are also able to place them for combat resources. So if we say we want horn fur, it currently says we need, let's go ahead and say we need 200, and we want this in 2 days. If we say 6 days, that should reduce the cost of it. So we will get 200 fur in 6 days. I think we want a little sooner than that. We'll go ahead and say 2 days and post that commission. And then that should last us a while. So once we get that done, we'll be able to come back and repost that commission for, say, 6 days. And we may even be able to do that right now. Yeah, so we have 2 commissions. We should get 200 very soon, and then 200 more shortly after. Should be all of the fur we need for a little while at least. And saves us from having to spend all our time slaughtering. Best up here. Let's go pick up a commission from the Commerce Guild and then talk to the mayor. The commission. 4 wooden storages, that's a pretty straightforward one. 5 rope, 5 roasted meats. So we don't have a way to roast meats, and the rope, I did recall, required something that we can't access yet. Something that we can't access yet. Don't recall what it was. We did look at that recipe and saw that there was a ingredient that was not available to us. I'll see what this big commission.
I've been real busy lately trying to figure out who the town thief is. Yes,
I don't think I was stolen.
Someone has been stealing. Anyway, enough about the thief. I asked you to come because I want to further develop the cave on Amber Island. That cave used to lead to... I think it's about time we used it in our favor.
The Haunted Cave of Portia.
Arlo tells me we'll need to install a removable battery. So go do that. Then I'll get one of the Hulu brothers to get that.
Alright, so we need to build a power generator. Install it at the cave on Amber Island. Our next big commission. Let's head on out and see what that'll take. Okay, so it does look like various members of the Civil Corps walk around. Here's Emily.
Some jerk stole my butt.
Hello.
As predicted.
Hey, neighbor, do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
I
I just got a new craft recipe all the way from
Has a
Highland.
craft recipe
It's a
for a
that can be
box,
used
a
to
planter
cultivate
box that we can use to grow
People in
crops.
Highland have been using it for a while now.
She wants us to
Supposed
build
be
one
a
and
great-
test it
Thank
out,
you. Here's
and
the
if it
craft
works,
recipe.
she will give us a commission to... We'll just go ahead and unlock. Nice. Go ahead, and I think we can actually just use this. Turn it. Alright, so we can make planter boxes now. Just out of curiosity, how doesn't and our workshop once again. Don't have quite that much just yet. Alright, we were gonna build a removable battery. Take 3 marble, easy enough. 3 power stone, also easy enough. Then springs from the abandoned ruin number 2, and 8 bronze bars. So the marble, the power stone, bronze bars, all very easy. The spring is a little trickier, so we'll have to be clever about that. We also have our commerce commission for some storage. Go ahead and make those. That will use up a good chunk of our wood, so we'll go ahead and make a little bit more wood. Let's go ahead and chop down 1 tree, just for good measure. We really don't want to find ourselves bad position as far as resources go. Right. Got some bridge a little bit. For depositing things don't need to be carrying with us. Right. What we have going down. Things we want to do today is stop by the front end. Current market prices, it's 1, so it's a little higher today than it was yesterday. We're still going to hold off on selling our items for now. We also wanted to stop by A&G Construction about upgrading our... That would take A&G Construction, where we can do a couple of important things here. First of all, we can move around the various structures on our workshop. So if we want our work table not to be in the center of our workshop, then we can move it there, which is nice. We can also move our assembly station. This is also where we upgrade these items. So if we want to upgrade our work table, we'll need 5 old parts, 2,000 gold, and 20 wooden boards. So we have the 20 wooden boards, easy enough. That will give us our iron tools, as well as an iron sword, which is, and an upgraded fishing rod. That'll be fancy. So that is definitely a good goal for us. So we need 5 old parts. Right. Abandoned ruins and see if we can't come up with some of those parts. We'll go ahead and mine out second abandoned ruins, gather some more iron ore, since we also happen to springs at it for our battery. Since we're hunting old parts, we'll be focusing on trying to find relics as much as possible. Let's see. We have it right there. I'm gonna mine down in iron because we're out of iron. We'll mine across. Soldier with lance, piece 1. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Here, simple circuits. We are looking for gold parts. We are looking for springs. Bracket. Exactly what we were going for. But we'll keep working. Mining, we'll keep looking. This is also a very good experience for us. Mining up until... I think up until you get to the 4th hazardous ruin. Mining is just about the fastest experience you can get in the game. We are getting levels very quickly. Is giving us a handful of advantages. One of the things is that we can equip and use higher level clothing and accessories, which grant extra stamina to our character. It also gives us more base stamina, more base health, and some extra defense as well. Circuit there. Above us. The racket. Got one right up there. Right at the very edge of our range. Alright. More simple circuits. We have not been having luck finding springs today. Or old parts. We haven't found a single piece of the various items that we came in here to find. But these rackets, they are turning up everywhere. We may not be able to function as a workshop, but we can play tennis. Alright, one old part. Have some more of these over here. Left here. Circuits. I want to save these. This side of it. Got some loot there. Large iron bucket. I believe the large iron bucket is a craftable item for us, and notably is used for one of the big commissions will be coming up for the tree farm, and is actually one of the valuable commissions to complete in the game. So I'm glad to have that. It's definitely something we'll save. Although I think we need 12 of them, so plenty of work. Go. Structural aesthetics. Got a book. More data discs as well. Aha, a spring. Our first spring, we need 2. Sure. Get for it. So again, saves us a fair bit of crafting later on, and I think they're quite expensive to craft using quite a lot of iron. Hey, take 3 of them. Although it's definitely not a spring. There are some things that that I'm still confused about in the world. But one thing I know is that a bucket and a spring are very different things. Tempering liquid. We're finding all kinds of really cool items. I'm happy about that, but we are just about out of stamina. And do not have the items we actually came here to find. Structural aesthetics. What do we want to unload here? I think we can unload this the snake braid. We'll go ahead and abandon that. Old parts. How did we... Oh. How did we not have room to pick up the old parts? That's interesting. Mildly puzzling. But, we are just about out of stamina, so we'll go ahead and call that trip to the mines right there. We'll have to back at a later time. We happen to be near the Civil Corps. Let's see if... Sam is here. He will help us.
What's the haps?
Yo, kid, what's the haps?
Higgins falsely accused me of stealing his pickaxe.
Seriously? He came out of the ruins grumbling that he broke his pickaxe against the wall. Is he trying to trick you into replacing it? That's just low. We'll take care of him.
Alright. Apparently the Civil Corps like us for narking on Higgins there. So I could eat to get stamina. I do actually have a little bit of things I could do, so that is a good suggestion. Not something I considered in time to benefit in the mines. It does look like there's another quest here in the restaurant. This one is from Mars. Mars is looking for some umbrellas.
Nothing out of this world.
So we need spines from sea urchins.
Do you think he's great?
Alright. I think we can go get some sea urchin spines. Too bad. I'll be able to get the wood storages to Merlin today. But, first thing in the morning, get them in. Fabricate. Alright. We want to keep these going. Let's go ahead and make some more bronze plates. Now that we have this, we can make some more fiber cloth. That. Again, it's very much just us trying to maximize efficiency later by predicting what's coming. We know we're going to need a lot of iron. We're probably going to need some carbon steel, so we may take some interest in crafting that pretty soon. We know we're going to need a lot of copper and a lot of bronze, so we'll just keep crafting these items, building up a good stockpile of them. And I think what we'll find that long before we are able to sort of build up a stockpile that we can just hold for a while, we will consume whatever it is that we have in terms of doing these. Alright, so it is 10 p.m. We have 7 stamina. You know what? I think we're going to go fishing. 10 p.m. That gives us enough time to go 2 or 3... 2 or 3 hours of good fishing. Which, if the last couple days are any indication, we could make plenty of money. Hello, Memory. Thanks for stopping back in. It's good to see you again, my friend. So while we're on our way, we'll go ahead and eat some pumpkin pie. couple slices. Sneak up. How's it going, McJunior? Or not McJunior? Goliath. Junior, you weren't here earlier. Do you like llamas? Because we interacted with some llamas earlier in the stream. Llamas have fur. Fur is valuable as a crafting resource. Unfortunately, they are not keen on just letting us have their fur. So we have to take it. Hey man, cheers. They are indeed adorable, and they make the cutest sound as you're beating them to. Goliaths are stubborn, do not want to be fully reeled in, but they're so valuable. Hey, more rackets. Never enough tennis rackets in this game. So now that I know how close we are to getting the upgraded fishing rod, I think that might be my top priority. Just because these Goliaths are a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. This is my game to relax. It's a lot of fun. It's, you know, one of the things that I like best about it is that it's very chill. It's very openly paced. I'm a bit of a power gamer. I want to play perfectly and really push myself, and the game gives me the freedom to do that without requiring it. You can take as much time as you want to complete whatever. Like, if you like the fishing minigame here, you can literally just do this for years in this game. And never complete the introductory quests. And then someday, if you decide you want to, you know, 20 years down the line, they're still sitting there waiting for you, and everybody is happy to have the new builder in town. And so it's got a lot of that sort of appeal, because you really can play how you want. And there are a lot of games where that's just not an option. And we can keep fishing until we pass out late at night. Alright. It's Thursday. Let's see what we have to do. I think this will be the last day of the stream. We will be taking tomorrow off, but we'll be back Wednesday night for Portia. And we are working on another guide. We released the tips video this morning, actually. That is there. We are working on a guide, a fishing guide, as it were. Alright, we've got our furnaces. Research results. We can make a blender now. Excellent. There is the worn fur. Alright. So with that worn fur, we can actually go ahead and start crafting a lot of fiber cloth. Let's get that going. While we're here, let's see. For the cotton. The cotton was what the ropes required that I did not think we were able to come up with. I was right. Here, we can do more hardwood planks, sure. Or bronze plates. If nothing else, we'll want to be making more furnaces that use those bronze plates so we know that they're going to be... yes. Alright. Head into town and steal from Higgins. Steal from Higgins on our way to check out the market price to turn in our wooden storage boxes to Merlin at the research center and start our next research with Petra. And then we'll be heading up back into the mines again. See if we can't get that second spring, some more old parts. And bronze bars, welcome.
Hello? Hi. Did you discover something new? That should be enough data disks.
For 5 days.
Still, if you want... The data corruption on these disks are minimal.
Commerce. Yeah, there's. Alright, let's head on up. Their commerce committee. Before we go, let's just see how much it's on for today. 120. So this is a great market value day. And this is the sort of day we want to sell all of our items on. I go ahead and sell this Goliath fish. Alright. Well, the 120 market price day means we are getting 20% more for everything we sell today compared to sort of a standard day. Yesterday, the market value was only 101%. It was still a little better than average, but not very much. Definitely not a great day to sell on. I've seen it get as high as 125%. I've heard people say it can get up to 130, although I've never seen that myself. 2 water tanks for the ranch. Stone tables are a pretty reasonable commission. Not sure what the water tanks require. I think that's something we can check in our handbook, though. I believe the water tanks are here, yeah. So wooden boards and stone bricks. So that's actually a pretty easy commission to do. For 2 water tanks, we need 10 stone bricks. That'd be a little tricky to get in a day. The wooden boards we also have spoken for, but we do have 2 civil cutters, so we should be able to get those done. I think we can do the 2 water tanks, and since that's such a big commission, that'll be a nice little boost to us. Head out and get that started, and then head on into the mines to try and find that second spring and the rest of the old parts we need. Here, we'll go ahead and up to our iron craft. Stone bricks. 10 stone bricks. 20 hours should be done tomorrow morning. We're up to this hardwood plank. Well, since we don't actually need those, we're just building those preparation for things coming later. But we don't have enough wood, so we'll go chop a couple of trees real quick, just round out our resources. Alright, so we're getting a fair bit of wood from those and hardwood as well. Just what we want to see. That is what will let us some bird nests. Early on, we always open up the bird nests. They can contain data disks as well as eggs and feathers. And I'm not sure. That's all I've ever seen come out of them. But we'll go ahead and open these ones up. There's and the eggs and feathers are not particularly valuable. The data disks early on are quite valuable. Alright, so we wanted to make 8 of these. We'll craft more here, and we'll actually turn some more hardwood wood, just so we have enough to make sure that we keep our furnaces going. Those before we head out for the day. And then our goal is to get some old parts. And you know what? I think what we're going to do, actually, I noticed that we don't have quite as much copper ore either. We're actually going to head into the nearby abandoned ruins. See if we can't gather the old parts there. I think they're a little more common in these ruins. So hopefully that will serve us well. We'll also be able to gather up some of that copper that just to make sure we can keep crafting bronze and copper items. Art in a small engine. Hey, I'll take it. I think that's okay. So I think that's part of the structure we start in. There are occasionally structures you can mine out in the ruins, and this may actually be one of those. I'm not sure. But you'll occasionally find one that you can actually sort of dig out, and then if they have a room, you can enter them, of course. But you'll have ones that you can actually deconstruct for some components as well. So we do have right through here. Lens. Saw something right over here as well. Sure like to get those old parts. Hey, it's a racket. What do you know? Never would have guessed. What I've always wondered is it possible to mine out the entirety of one of these caverns? Old parts, that's good. I think we need one more. We'll actually double check on that real quick, though. Just so we can see. We're up to 2 old parts. Yeah, so find something that repairs old parts. See, we have both in our inventory. It's a little bit of a roundabout way to do it. You can see, oh, we have 13. We must have to carry them with us then. To use them to upgrade our table. Oh, we had 13. What are we even doing in here? Digging out this galloping horse piece, and we're getting out of here. We're gonna go upgrade our workbench and see what it'll take to upgrade our tools again. Because the faster you upgrade your tools, the more efficiently you work. So that is something that we want to be doing as a top priority. The old parts. Clear out our inventory. Here, definitely. We have old parts, we have wooden planks, we have the money. Are in business. Still graded work. Got that. Nice. What's it gonna take to upgrade the assembly? 1 iron bars, not far off from that. Same deal with stone bricks, and then alright. To construct a coop would require some rope, so we'll have to do some farming to get cotton for a rope. Iron bars and wooden boards or something we can do. Bed stable fence. Oh, we can change the appearance. Oh, we could have a stone fence. Or marble fence. I like this. I think stone pedestal. Okay. We can't do that yet. To build a new house for us. Level 2, we'll be able to get married. Okay, so we can married. Hardwood planks, bronze bars, 10,000 gold. It does look like the level 2 house is huge and will not fit on our current plot, so we'll need to expand our workshop area as well before we can do that. But we have life goals now. Something that we can work towards, and part of that is going to require us getting lots of money because it's 15,000 gold to just buy the next expansion. And I think we made a couple of them where we are able to. Alright, iron sword. So 15 iron bars for an iron sword. That's a good weapon, I happen to know. So that may be something that we are on building. But let's see what the iron pickaxe will take. 2 upgrade kits. 2 upgrade kits. We can do that today. That's easy. Classic fishing rod, manganese steel bar, an industrial furnace. So we need to figure out an industrial furnace. Okay. Need to find an industrial furnace, but the upgrade kits, we can go do that right now. Let's and in fact we will. We'll race over there, see if we can't buy those today before Total Tools closes. It is a high market value day, but if we can get our iron tools on Thursday, that's awesome. I think the next day though, let me check this. Oh my gosh, so much is happening. Tomorrow is the fishing contest. So the fishing contest, I happen to know, is a huge opportunity to make a tremendous amount of money. So we have some things we need to do to prepare for that as well. We need to make sure we have plenty of bait. Let's do some of this. We'll head and buy 4 upgrade kits. Will let us upgrade our tools. To head to the farm store to the bait. Then we'll head up into the second abandoned ruins and find out some iron and hopefully find a spring. That'll finish out the day. And then we'll start off on Wednesday evening with the fishing contest. Now the fishing contest, you're trying to maximize your income from, does take a little longer than usual. It involves sprinting straight there as soon as the day starts and fishing your heart out for the entire day. During the fishing contest, fishing doesn't take stamina, and you also get extra time to fish because you're in a special contest mode. We want to make sure we're in a good spot, so we want to have at least 250 bait before we start. We have 113 right now, so we'll buy, sure, 175 more. That gives us plenty of bait. So I think we're in a good position there. Up to see if we'll craft the upgraded pickaxe. It up. See if we can iron. Second spring. Did not realize the iron tools came so easily. It's good news. Axe, iron pickaxe. Done. And soon we'll have the iron sword as well. We're actually going to go ahead and shift, because the iron sword does take some extra iron and we have so much copper. We're going to go ahead and shift this over to crafting stone brick at this furnace. We'll gather up the ones that were crafted here and switch this back to iron, so that we have enough iron, hopefully, to make a iron sword and just have a full set of iron tools. Head on up. Abandoned ruins, the mine. We can dig up. Iron. Gather so much with these iron tools. We're getting 4 per swing. That is nuts. Iron for days. It does cost a little bit more stamina to mine with the higher level tools. It grants more experience. Go ahead and develop our character. Best in talents that give us a chance to extra iron. We are looking for it and gauge our relic finder as well. Large iron bucket. Bad find. Not really what we're going for. Not a bad find. And we're getting to the point now where we're getting plenty of stone. More stone than we're likely to use up. Not a good thing, or not a bad thing to have on hand. For lots of things that require it. But we have reached the point, I think, where we are unlikely to ever have to dig for more stone. Just because we are getting so much of it. Okay, it looks like we got this place. We're looking for relics that we can. They are just not forthcoming today. Make our way down to that one. Is getting a little later into the evening. You have a couple of pieces of stamina restoration food, so we can dig probably until we run here. I don't think we need to save our stamina food for anything else with as much money as we'll be making from the fishing contest in the coming days. Manganese. I think we'll be running low. I noticed that the fishing rod requires a manganese steel bar. I'm guessing, it's been a while, I don't remember the recipe for it. I'm guessing it requires the manganese ore as well as iron ore. That is the primary component for steel. And then steel is made by mixing iron with carbon. So I think the only carbon that we have access to in this game is actually charcoal. And so I'm guessing that we'll be mixing iron ore with charcoal to make steel, make manganese steel. Mixing it with a little bit. Circuits there. This is their little closer by, hopefully. Spring. not more rackets. Lots of eyeglasses. Again, not a bad thing, and just not really what we're looking for. Really helpful in particular. Axe piece. Health. Not sure we have enough stamina to find out any more people today. It appears to be a washing machine. We will dig until we are done. Maybe right there. Stamina. Wax. We have coriander. I think done. Alas, that is where our mining journey will. Cooking recipe data chips. We now allow Ack to cook. Ack will be most important. All right. Well, it is late indeed. We're out of stamina for the night. Thank you to everybody who has been hanging out with us today. Hopefully you guys have had a good time. Game. Have any comments on how see things? Always a question. As we back with the this is our way. All the more important since we'll be brushing off fishing. Good news about it being a festival is everybody will be there. So, if we are able to water buckets, should able to turn them in out there. Craft bronze plates. Craft. Let's do some more hardwood. Cloth is craft some more. Again, something that we may or may not actually quite that much fiber cloth, but I happen to know a commonly used crafting reagent, so we'll want to have lots of it on hand. We're going to go ahead and place some furniture in our house as well. That'll give us a little bit more stamina in the coming days. Before we go to bed, we'll go ahead and drop in a washing machine here and a couple of sofas. At some point, we'll decorate this place properly. But, not tonight. Alright, thank you guys again so much. Hopefully you've had a good time. I appreciate you hanging out, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. You guys have a